Just one more thing to do before we start. Okay. Let's do some meditation to settle. Sitting in a comfortable posture and paying attention to any sensations in your body as you are noticing the bell, the sound of the bell fading away. And breathe in and breathe out. Mindfully you breathe in mindfully you breathe out. If there is any tension, any tightness in your body, any agitation, you can let go and relax. Scan your body from head to your toes. Gathering your thoughts and focusing on relaxing your body even more. Keeping a gentle smile on your face, you relax your head, can relax your neck and your shoulders, your spine, keeping a straight line, connecting, linking with your neck. If you have to move, you will do so mindfully, with focus and full attention to what you are doing, as much as possible. Whatever you feel, you accept them, welcome them, let things be. They are not yours. These feelings are visitors. They come and go. Relaxing the upper parts of your body, your chest, While you are breathing in and breathing out, noticing the movements of your lungs, release and relax any tension or any tightness. Your sitting bones, noticing any discomfort and adjusting your posture accordingly. Your knees and the parts of your body down to the soles of your feet, feeling grounded here and now, getting deeply rooted in this awareness of being here and now. Once again, mindfully you breathe in, mindfully you breathe out. Paying attention to the feelings of your breath somewhere in your nostrils or near the upper lips. You may notice your breath, and you can start focusing there as you relax further, noticing that you are not in the past, you are not living in the past, you are not anxious about the future. You are with your breath, which is happening right now. So mindfully you breathe in, noticing long and short breath. Letting go and letting things be, depending on whatever you have been experiencing this day or this time of your life. Nothing to take personally and control. Seeing the beauty of things fading away when you don't feed them. Not becoming a slave of your emotions, anger, frustration. Simply observing this breath that is happening now. Taking a long breath, you know you are taking a long breath. inhaling and exhaling. With your eyes closed, or even when your eyes are open, if you had your practice that way, there's no indulging in forms that you see now. When eyes closed, you take a break from seeing. And in this meditation, we take a break from hearing, smelling, tasting, physical sensations, and thinking. When they slowly fade away, you make room for peace, calmness, and clarity of your mind. Every activity you do, including talking, responding, walking, you give 100% of your attention. And you are not worried about being slow. You are there, observing what your mind is doing, noticing where to improve, what to cultivate, where to develop, and taking actions accordingly. This life is beautiful, so you feed your mind to make your life beautiful. Cultivating mindful awareness every day, little by little. With that calmness in mind, you will hear me chanting the Buddha's words on loving kindness. Please radiate loving kindness to the entire universe as you hear these words. This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. Let them be able and upright and straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited and contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud or demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove. Wishing in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none. The great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born, may all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another. Even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness. One should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding. By not holding to fixed views, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being freed from all sense desires, is not born again into this world. Can now open your eyes, please. So last month we spoke about radiating loving kindness and the 11 benefits of radiating loving kindness. And in that talk, someone asked, what is the difference between loving kindness and mindfulness? So in this talk, I thought we can explore mindfulness. And for that, when we sent out that email, Cora sent the book Mindfulness in Plain English. I'm not sure if you opened it. That's your homework. No, you didn't have to read that book. It is an excellent book by Venerable Bhante Kusala, a Sri Lankan Buddhist monk, very senior monk. I think he's 90 years old, and he lives in West Virginia. And his book has helped many people to understand what meditation is and what meditation is not. And in that, I remember reading the book and noticing this one aspect of meditation, one question somebody asked there. So this person asked if meditation is dangerous. And then Bhante Ji, as we call him, Bhante Ji said anything is dangerous, like walking walking in town can be dangerous, or even eating can be dangerous if you eat the wrong thing or if you eat too much. And then he explains that when you are doing it right, then you are applying whatever the techniques you are applying, when you do them with the knowledge, the right knowledge, then it can work, it can give you benefits. It is like, this is an example from a different monk I know of. When we buy electronics, we are excited. We try to assemble things and plug it in, thinking that it will work. And then we burn them by putting the pieces together in the wrong way. Then only we read the manual. So meditation or learning about mindfulness is like reading the manual, learning the map before we actually do any practice. So I know all of you are here or joining on Zoom have different parts of life, different ways you are experiencing your life, certain episodes or times of your life in which sometimes you may think, oh, I need to apply mindfulness in this or in that. For other times you are forgetful of mindfulness, you don't think about it, or you also notice that I'm forgetful. What's wrong with me? What's happening in my life? So these are our experiences. And before I try to give a definition for mindfulness, I'll give this story. There is this security guard. He works for a wealthy lady, and she goes somewhere telling him to be mindful, watch the property. So she went, and when she came back, everything in the house was gone, all the valuables. So she asked, what happened? And he said, you told me to be mindful. I was mindful when those burglars came. I was mindful when they were loading the stuff to the lorry. I was mindful when they were leaving. Is it mindfulness? That's not mindfulness. It's sort of unwise attention or not doing your job. So this says that mindfulness has a particular job. It has to help you protect the good things that you already have and also prevent you from getting into trouble. So mindfulness is not just focusing on all the things. Like you can have mind full of stuff, your mind filled with anxiety, filled with worry, filled with problems and complaining, irritation, irritability, frustration. Or when you don't have those, there you have presence, calmness, peacefulness. And how did that presence, calmness, peacefulness come? If you know that you did not take any substance to acquire any presence, any presence, calmness, then there is something that is naturally happening in you that is helping you to be aware of the good things. So some simple activity like closing the door, it gives you different options. You can slam the door, or you can also slow down and close the door in a way that you respect your surrounding or people in your house, so nobody even notice any tense behavior from you. So there is this story from Thich Nhat Hanh. When he was a novice monk, his teacher asked him to do something. And it's because of his teacher, this novice monk got so excited. And he slammed the door behind him. And the teacher called him and said, "My dear child, close the door again." And this time he closed the door with full of his presence, giving 100% of his attention. And his teacher never had to remind this student again, ever to mindfully close the door. And several years later, when Thich Nhat Hanh became a big teacher, he was visiting Connecticut. He was at this Trappist monk's monastery, Thomas Merton's, if you have heard of him. And he told this story to Thomas. And Thomas said, "Yeah, I have noticed how you close the door. You are mindful. You are fully there. I can see that." So Thomas noticed it without him telling in words that Thich Nhat Hanh was mindful about this one simple activity of closing the door. And when Thich Nhat Hanh left that monastery, Thomas Merton gave a talk to his students about Thich Nhat Hanh's childhood experience as a novice monk, learning how to do these things mindfully. And in that audience, there was a German Catholic lady here in Connecticut, and she went to Plum Village in France to see how Thich Nhat Hanh closed the door. So in those observations, you learn, someone can speak about mindfulness, but if they're actually doing it, it shows from their actions. So there was another monk, Sri Lankan monk, who has a big monastery in the suburbs of Colombo. He was practicing in Myanmar, and how he did his practice, he thought mindfulness is always thinking about what he's doing. Like, I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking. I'm going to have a shower, I'm going to have a shower. I'm putting on my robes, I'm putting on my robes. And then his friends, his colleagues used to say, "You are forgetful, you are forgetting things." So then he realized, this is the wrong way to practice mindfulness. It's not by repeatedly telling something in your mind. So he went to read the sutras, the Buddha's teachings, and there he found mindfulness is not about repeating like a mantra in your mind. It is about, it can change in depending on the activity you do, but observing what your mind does in all these things that you do. You can be driving and also cursing all the other cars, all the traffic. And when you are actually focused on driving and appreciating the simple beauty of driving, maybe you are fully there with that activity, and something so boring becomes something noticeably beautiful. And even this breath, you never pay attention to it. And when you do pay attention to it, you see things slow down and the beauty of it. So, what would be a good definition for mindfulness? People say it is non-judgmental awareness. And I think there is some judgment in our awareness. We need to know what is good for your mind. So that judgment has to be done. But I think, let's go to the original words here. Sati is the Pali word, the word used by the Buddha, but he added another word before it, Samma Sati. Samma means right mindfulness with Sati. So Sati is mindfulness. Samma Sati is right mindfulness. And this right mindfulness, it's not just mindfulness. It's not just remembering things. Of course, mindfulness helps you to remember things that are otherwise easily forgotten. That can happen. But mindfulness also has a specific goal. So it's goal-oriented. When you have a goal, to achieve that goal, you change your lifestyle, you think of your thoughts, you think of your behaviors, how they affect you and how they affect others. And the goal for Buddhist monks is to attain freedom from suffering. The goal for you can be different. So the Buddha said you can establish mindfulness. I keep going back to loving kindness. You can establish mindfulness in your body. And he spoke about numerous ways of establishing mindfulness. And establish mindfulness about your feelings. And he categorized them to pleasant feelings, unpleasant feelings, and neutral feelings. And then you can focus on your thoughts that are greedy, thoughts that are angry, thoughts that are delusionary. I wonder if that is a word. Full of delusion. So you observe them and notice with your mindfulness that these are present, and you do an activity to overcome them, knowing that these are unwholesome or unskillful to keep them or entertain them. So I said mindfulness in body, mindfulness in feelings, and mindfulness in thoughts. And the fourth one is mindfulness in, say, for example, phenomena like hindrances. These are like some things that bother you, like aversion, Some people are angry type, and that's an experience that you observe. And then how to overcome that. You apply mindfulness. You see how it arises. For you to observe how they arise. For example, strong lust, lusting after things, material, people. You see how they arise. And for you to observe how they arise, you need some level of mindfulness. And without mindfulness, you let things, pile up and pile up, pile up, and you notice that you are not living in peace anymore. You are living in pieces. Your mind is scattered. So mindfulness is the key to enter the realm of reality. Think of it this way. This is reality. And this is our expectation. And our nature is that expectations get bigger and bigger, but the reality stays the same. When the expectations get bigger and bigger, suffering also gets bigger and bigger. Right? Reality remains the same. The fact that, someone disliking us, someone not wanting our attention, or the fact that we get sick, we get old, people blaming at us, all of that remain the same. That's the nature of things. But we expect them to be different. We expect that nobody hates us, everybody loves us. This expectation grows bigger and bigger, but the reality remains the same. So what's the role of mindfulness? When you practice mindfulness, the expectations get smaller and smaller, and it shows the nature of reality. And when you are not, when you are in line with reality, because you are mindful, you are entering the realm of reality and seeing things as they are, as they become, as they arise. And that's the beauty of mindfulness. So this is part of our life, that we expect things to be different. We say we love someone, but we are actually doing it, we love ourselves. We love how we feel about that person. And when they don't reciprocate it, we start hating that person. If you actually loved that person, how can you hate that person? That's why, loving kindness is different from that love. That's why being mindful about what is actually happening in you is important. So mindfulness is to be established. We start with just awareness, observing. So awareness is a very basic step, but it's not the end. We increase our awareness. We observe the changes that are happening, and we get closer to reality without fighting to change the reality, without trying to change a person. We know that circumstances are difficult to change, but by changing yourself, you can change how those circumstances affect you. And mindfulness helps you in that goal, I would say. That work, that project, it's a big project. So when monks came to the Buddha wanting instructions for meditation, the Buddha said, Are you mindful? So before you establish mindfulness, you have to have it. How can you establish something you don't have? So it's important that you come to, if you are starting from a crazy place in your life, you're only intensifying that. So you need to first come to the middle ground. So when someone comes asking advice from you, counseling from you, first thing you have to ask is, okay, I can help you, but are you willing to come to the middle ground? It can be an attachment, it can be an addiction, but if they are not willing to start from the middle ground, if they are not there, how can you pull them from that place? You don't have any power. Not even the Buddha had any power. He only gave instructions and guidelines, and it's up to the people to follow these instructions. So the Buddha said, Satima, be a person who has mindfulness. Satima is the person who has mindfulness. And when you are a mindful person, it has the aspect of remembering, it has the aspect of awareness, and also the goal that you need to get better at whatever you already are, like whether you are a technician of some kind, some sort, you develop that skill using mindfulness. If you are a person who's meditating, you use mindfulness to get better at it. And eventually you see the results of what you are doing. So with mindfulness, you need patience also. So where is mindfulness in Buddhist practice? The middle path has 8 steps. The 7th one is right mindfulness. The first one is right view. The second one is right thoughts. When your views are clear, you start thinking right. When your perspective is clear, you start thinking right. And your speech, words become not harmful to you, not harmful to anyone. And those 3 lead to your actions being not harmful to you, not harmful to anyone. And then your livelihood, meaning your job, becomes not harmful to you, not harmful to anyone else. The way you live. And then you make effort, right effort. That means you start practicing meditation, knowing the map. And with effort, you arrive at right mindfulness. That is the 7th one. And after right mindfulness, after learning what to be mindful of, learning that if you are meditating on anxiety, that is wrong meditation. If you are mindful of anxiety, that's wrong mindfulness. Having learned that, you know you are ready to cultivate stillness of your body and mind. That is the 8th part of the Eightfold Path. The last one being Samma Samadhi. You see Samma, right or perfect in there too. With all the 8 parts of the Eightfold Path, you have Samma, Samma, Samma 8 times, suggesting that it can be Miccha, the wrong one too. Wrong, 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 wrong. That includes wrong mindfulness. You can be mindful about all the wrong things. Wrongness of people, bad things of people. But then with wisdom cultivation, you realize it's not bringing you any peace. With wisdom being your teacher, you realize what is beneficial to me is to be mindful of the good things of people, appreciating their good qualities. No one is forever bad. And then being mindful that you need to focus on the good things of people. So mindfulness helps someone in their relationship, like social health in that aspect. And if you are a person who has bad food habits, like the King Kosala, who went to Buddha saying, I have an addiction to food. I'm overweight. Help me in there. And the Buddha said, ask someone to feed you less food and split your meal into 16 portions and slowly cut down to 15 the next day and cut down to 14 the next day and see the changes happening in your body. And after 15 days or 16 days, he went to the Buddha. He said, I feel light. I was mindful of my food habits and thank you for helping me. So different people can have those worldly goals, not spiritual goals, like worldly achievements to make with mindfulness. So in Buddhism, mindfulness is also a power. You can build a certain power in you when you are mindful. And you feel like you notice things sooner and you don't react to things that you're used to. So some shift in your perspective has happened. And then you realize, oh, I have this power of mindfulness in me. It's like being, I would say, monked out, like being a monk. They use it as a tool, as a powerful tool to be still, to be aware, to have clarity. And mindfulness is also a faculty in Buddhist aspect, like your eye, like your ear. These are faculties in Buddhist language. So mindfulness is one of the faculties that you experience your life with. So mindfulness is like a little third eye for you to observe things with more awareness and clarity. And then mindfulness is also a factor of awakening that should be constantly cultivated with other factors of awakening, like investigation, effort. These are other factors of awakening, and mindfulness is one of them. Say you are sleeping and you need to wake up. For you to wake up, you need to have certain aspects, like you shouldn't be tired and then you are able to wake up. When you are awakening, then you need to realize that you are kind of driven in the wrong direction and you are now directed in the right direction. So you wake up. It's like a wake-up call for you. Say you are always thinking that you will never get sick, and then suddenly you discover that you are sick, and it's a wake-up call for you to change your habit, lifestyle. It's like that someone will teach you that you have been, you had a previous life, and you will have a future life. If you don't change your way now, say someone is always angry, maybe you are going to be born in a bad place. This is something that will become clear to you as you hear from them. And then also you start thinking and applying what you heard. And you realize, oh, it's not because of that person telling that I understand it. It's because I understand with my own wisdom that if I don't change my way, I am headed wherever I train my mind to go. So this is wisdom. So mindfulness leading you in that wisdom path. Our lives are like, big rivers. And when you start with mindfulness, you go backward against a stream to see where this river actually started. So you let the river shrink and shrink and shrink, and you see now this is the spring where it all started. So mindfulness helps you to gather yourself back to the origin. And you see it is this same mind, this mind that was misguided to be this way and that way. And this same mind can be guided the right way to live in this world in a way that is so beautiful, fragranceful, like the lotus. And the nature of the lotus is that the more it opens, there's beauty inside. And then you see that beauty in you because you are no longer misguided. You are mindful of your mind movements. You're mindful of your body's movements. You're mindful of wholesome qualities in you, and you give more time and attention to them. You cultivate them. And you see your life is getting beautiful. Okay, that's about what I'll be talking about. Any questions before I finish? Let's see if Zoom has any questions. No questions so far in comments. Or any learning that you learned. What struck your mind? You like to say something? No pressure. The Buddha said, those who ask questions will be born wise next lifetime. I'm sorry about those who don't ask any questions. Yes.
Question.
Yes, that's it.
There seems to be so much to remember. But having said, and of course, here I am, a lay person, knowing nothing, and come here, 7, 8 times now, always tinkering around,
yeah.
Knowing that this would be a good thing to do, but never getting there. But even though with lots of questions that come to mind, and how would you do this, and how would you practice that, and how would you, the center, the core of it, to me, it seems constantly bringing the attention back, no matter what, whether we're closing the door or going to the river to wash clothes, I don't know, that seems to be the core of it. Am I simplifying it too much? Like,
no.
Constant bringing the attention to the moment, to what we're doing, to...
Yeah.
I just would like to latch on, maybe that's the wrong term also, to some, and here words fail me.
Exactly.
Something practical, something that can really say, okay, I don't have any guidance, I'm just here. As you know, I've been coming here just not long ago, and something to, like homework, like something to have and say, okay, Graciela, now go back and do that. And then they put you on the, okay.
Right.
I don't know, did I make myself clear?
That's I think everybody's question. So you're being very kind, asking a question for everybody on everyone's behalf. So attention is key in mindfulness. and doing laundry or walking or talking to someone, answering a call, you can give attention. But if you are giving attention to anxiety, wrong attention. So that's why words fail, like you said. Words fail when we try to give a definition for mindfulness. I can read some definitions. I actually have a bunch that I'd like to read if you have a minute. So these four famous people like Bhante Gunaratana, Bhikkhu Analeo, Bhikkhu Bodhi, Stanley, John Kabat-Zinn, they say mindfulness is often understood as the present moment awareness. But then there is a question. Can you focus on the moment? The moment you try to focus on the moment is gone. So it's like, yeah.
I mean, my experience is just like finding a gateway to, like, the one thing I probably do is just try to get very much in my own body. So just like, but it doesn't have to be like doing yoga or something, just like even just sitting the way I'm sitting now, or anyway, just trying to feel what your hand feels like without looking at your hand. You know your hand exists, you know it's there without looking at it. There's a sensation, there's an aliveness, a tingling, and just you can multiply that times infinity. You never don't have an opportunity to feel your body.
Yeah. I can share my thing that I'm working on. I don't know if it's helpful at all. This actually comes not from a Buddhist text at all, but from a book that I read when I was pregnant with my first baby. And it's called Bringing Up Tuesday. It's about like an American woman who lived in France for a while. Anyway, something that she observed about French parents is that they gave a pause before reacting to the baby. They would hear it, but they would just instinctively insert a pause before seeing is there really a problem, before leaping to it. And I read that and I thought, oh, that seems like a good distance to have, with a lot of love, with a lot of compassion, but a good distance to have, rather than assuming there's a problem, right, and leaping it. So it's something I tried to practice when I had my daughter. But over time, as I've tried to learn more about mindfulness, I've come to think that it's actually a way I need to relate to my own mind, right? It's giving the pause. That's the homework I've been trying to give myself, but I don't always manage.
That's an excellent thing that you shared about the pause that we all need, not even just being parents. We tend to react. That's a natural way of living life, easy way of living life. We react. We love to choose the easy method. The difficult way or unpopular way is to pause and observe and not judge. All of these are part of mindfulness. Therefore, they say mindfulness, words fail when you try to describe what mindfulness actually is, because it's different from person to person, goal to goal, situation to situation. What is needed right now is needed right now. If you are just focusing on a goal that is not realistic, then you're failing so much right here. Being a parent, that's when you need pausing and also exercising what they call tough love, not giving everything the child wants, but also limiting the resources, saying, well, it's not the time for your cell phone, it's not the time for your computer games. So parenting, being a little tough there, but you have the good intentions. So mindfulness, again, is knowing that intention. So to capture the intention is, in that case, you need a bit of mindfulness. Say someone can come and say, I hate my parents, they didn't let me eat anything that I wanted. So then they grew up building a habit of eating whenever they can. As a result, they blame their overweightness to their parents. And so that can happen psychologically to a person. And then they live forever hating their parents. But is it necessary? Wisdom tells you that you can observe what actually happened to you and see when you're hating someone, it's actually you are hating yourself. You are keeping something unnecessary in you, and with mindfulness, you remove it. You allow yourself to be full again without that piece of hating. So mindfulness beautifully helps that person to overcome that personal trait. It's difficult, but it is like tough love. It's what should be done. Can read more definitions. So sati literally means presence, remembrance, thinking of, proper attention, intentness of mind, wakefulness of mind, lucidity of mind, alertness, conscience. So these are other definitions. Since mindfulness defies definition, that's Bhante Ji, this poses unique difficulties for academic research on mindfulness, which then requires it to be grasped or captured by language. Thus, understanding mindfulness by the symbolic words has made various interpretations beyond its intended sense. Therefore, mindfulness has to be understood by one's own experience without being caught by various symbolic denotations of words. So, attention, but again on the right thing, based on small goals and larger goals. So, when you give attention to, like in your garden, when you notice weeds, you pull them and keep the plants that you like to keep. Therefore, you have that way you have a good, nice garden. And it's like holding on to something, and that it's bothering you. It's like a glass of water. You think by holding to it will calm it down or will not give you any pain, but 1 hour, 2 hours later, you realize this holding didn't do anything. All you have to do is put it down. And putting it down is difficult. You see the shake of the water, but it's not yours anymore. And things calm down, and you only become an observer there. And you need to be mindful of that little thing that's helping you.
I had another thing that you said that was very meaningful to me, where you talked about expectation versus reality and expectation, and further this, because what I struggle with is like with work, I'm hitting that all the time, the reality of how things are versus how I want them to be with a certain project I'm working on. And what's a little bit tough for me is there's a part of me that says, accept it all, don't needle it, don't white knuckle it, don't push and look for changes. But sometimes I do push and look for changes, and I have like an aha moment when I'm stressing and thinking about it. So it's sort of like I'm sort of always in conflict about complete acceptance to things as they're unfolding, and fighting against the universe, because sometimes the universe, with enough effort, you know what I mean? Something will change in the way I want it to. We're getting into the weeds, but that's just kind of like something I struggle with personally.
I hear you, and I think that we need to expect and also put that effort and see the small change that we achieved because we put an effort there. Like I always say, so much of hard work can bring you a little bit of luck. And it's your hard work that brought you to where you are and what you love doing. And oftentimes what it does to some people may not be your situation, is that they build unhealthy emotions, habits, mental traits in them that they don't notice it until they are very sick physically and mentally. And if you can also observe that, I think in that work goal. And also when you don't achieve that, at say 50% you achieve and 50% you expect it to change a little bit more, and then it doesn't go exactly as the way we expect it to go, then we accept it. There mindfulness comes and helps you. That's the nature. And in that, sometimes people use frustration as their power to achieve things. And is it really helping you? You may send an email really frustrated, and it destroys contacts. It destroys. It tries to enter into people's mind and stir something that is not pleasant. And I think being able to pause, unplug, and then replug, pause, is very important. So I think in worldly struggles in your life, mindfulness comes and helps in those moments. It's not only about winning and achieving, it's also about accepting when you can't be on top all the time. There is pausing and observing and being you, and sometimes again coming to be with the reality. I think many people constantly need to think, what am I expecting and what is actually the reality. But again, they should not give up. They should also constantly make effort, ardent, fully aware, clearly comprehending, and it may be a little unrealistic, but still trying to giving 100% of your attention to it. Same with meditation. Knowing that anything works when you unplug, but with meditation, it's not by not meditating, it is by knowing that any bad meditation is good meditation and continuously doing. Anyway, we can go on talking, but we can also save to talk in our next discussion. I should also let go of the Zoom participants. So we will end the session here. Thank you for listening. I'm not sure if anyone in Zoom has a question here, but don't see anyone. So happy meditation, everyone. Happy exploring and practicing mindfulness, right mindfulness. And thank you for coming. Let's transfer merits. May the suffering ones be suffering free. May the fears struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief. May all beings be safe, be well, and be happy. May good things happen to all beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.